Well, we're living through extraordinary times. Many sectors have been affected over the past 6 to 8 months by the circumstances of the COVID-19 outbreak. However, few have been more affected than travel and the travel industry. It's a challenge both in terms of the demand for travel services, but actually increasingly also, as we'll show, it's about the supply. It's really difficult for businesses to provide effective travel solutions that meet the expectations of the travellers, but also address the demands of the regulatory authorities, governments, and other control bodies. Ipsos recently conducted the Future of Travel survey for Europ assistants, surveying 11,000 people globally on their intentions and expectations of travel in the rest of 2020 and into 2021. I'm going to focus particularly on Chinese travellers because they're a very important and large component of the travel business in the region, but also certainly until COVID-19 were a major growth engine for the industry globally. The survey was completed in July 2020, and at that stage around about a third of the respondents had already booked or intended to book travel for the summer. However, when we look at where they're planning to travel, there's big shifts, because what we're seeing is the vast majority of those people are planning to travel primarily inside their own country, and in fact, many of them are only planning to travel within their own country. So if we look at China, we can see that 84% of the respondents were planning to do some travel, but 83% of those were planning to do it inside their own country. Only 15% had any plans to travel overseas. If we look at the sort of things that people are looking at in order to make decisions about what travel they were doing, we also see some very new and very significantly different criteria for assessing their options, and the ones that are most important to Chinese travellers. So the sort of issues that they're concerned about is avoiding travelling to certain countries which have a reputation or perception of being at risk, avoiding particularly crowded places, avoiding going to crowded environments such as possibly cruises. There's been a lot of negative publicity about cruising, and also concerned about other crowded environments, perhaps like amusement parks or busy stations. So how can the industry reassure travellers? The simple answer is we need to try and address those expectations. We need to demonstrate that we have effective strategies to manage the risks that people are concerned about. So effective testing regimes, effective hygiene, rigorous hygiene controls, medical facilities, insurance covers that address the risks. These are all things that the traveller needs. If you like, the optimistic, let's go and not think too much about the implications type of travel has gone away. What we see is a much more cautious travel audience, thinking much more carefully about what their risks are going to be and how to protect those before they depart.